Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's July the 9th, 2023, and today I've got some outgoing postcards to write. I want to talk to you a little bit about the meetup that I went to yesterday. Hopefully you got to see that video. Also got some free postcards from my in-laws who are out doing a little vacationing too. So I want to show you all that stuff. And make sure you're subscribed, like, comment, and share with other people. That's what we're going to get into. All right, let's start with the official postcards that I have going out. I've got 8 of them that I can write today, so I'm pretty happy that things are traveling and making it to their destination. The first card I have is going to the Netherlands, and he is retired for some years. He used to be in the Dutch Navy. He works as a volunteer in a national park, and his biggest hobby is collecting stamps. And he likes stamps with giant pandas, mushrooms, and flowers on them from Europe. He used stamps from the Netherlands, Denmark, or Faroe Islands and Greenland. He also enjoys working on their garden. He and his wife love traveling in the summer by tent or otherwise by plane. So I went with a giant panda card. When I hear of people that collect stamps of giant pandas, then I don't really have a lot of stamps with giant pandas on them, so I can do a card, and then maybe I can find some nice stamps to go with it. The next card I have is going off to Wisconsin, United States, and he lives near Milwaukee, where the Harley-Davidson motorcycles are made, close to Lake Michigan, one of the Great Lakes, and he likes hockey, travel, history, trains, stamps, photography, animation, bicycling, woodworking, wood carving, and nature. He enjoys riding his bicycle and hiking during the summer, and snowshoeing and skiing in the winter. And when he travels, he loves to meet people and hear what it's like to live where they are, and to find cards and stamps that hope people will like to receive. So I've gone with this train card from the Train Museum in Hillsborough. We'll send that off. I'm going to keep these all together because there's so many of them. I want to make sure they're fastened together. All right. This third one also going to the Netherlands. She lives in a small town in the Netherlands, married but with no kids. Also a stamp collector. She likes postcards about dance, ballet, walking, and hiking. Postcards with pictures of dance and ballet. And also likes opera houses, ballet shoes, hiking trails, etc. That sort of stuff. Since a few years ago, her husband has been a beekeeper, so he's helping wherever she can. And so cards with bees or post stamps with bees would be great. So that'd be a good one for Jilly B to get. She has lots of bee stuff. I'm happy to get anything as well, though, but special stamps are extra happy for her. So I've gone with this one. This is an Anna Green Gables card, but she's walking on a trail along Prince Edward Island, so it's kind of that walking trail, and I should be able to find some stamps to go on there for her. All right, the next one is going off to Germany, and she's a librarian, and she collects everything about mice and rats. So I thought this one was super interesting. Her collection is the biggest in the world, and so she's a holder of a Guinness Book World Record from 2014. At that point, she had 47,398 items with rats or mice on them. Now she has more than 50,000 of them. They live in every room of her big house. There are figures, books, pieces of art, toys, puppets, stamps, and of course postcards. And she keeps them in showcases, albums, boxes, or hanging on the walls. Years ago, she had a rat as a pet, but now she has a dog from a shelter. So she'd like to get cards with these of her favorite animals on them. You can look up some photos. She has a collection on Postcrossing, a blog from October 2019 of her place. It says, if you can't find any rodents for me, I'd also be happy with nice view of your home or town or country. I'd also like you to paint or draw a mouse or rat for me if you can do that. And then she goes into You're the Rat. It's like, no, I didn't have any rat or mouse postcards. I even looked for a Mickey Mouse postcard. I didn't have one of those left either. So I've gone with this card of Sackville, New Brunswick. So it was my hometown when I was at university there, and when I was doing part of my working career, 5 years, worked as a mailman there. And it's only about 20 minutes from Moncton. So if she wanted things that were close by of our towns, I do have that, but I don't have any rats or mice. Sorry. All right, this next one is going to Finland. She is a teacher of Finnish language and literature. She's in her mid-40s. She lives near Helsinki. She loves books, music, cafes, natures, outdoors, and her corgi dog. things that she likes to get postcards of books, libraries, bookshops, people reading, notable women, women at work, owls, foxes, trees, cherry trees, forests, national parks, lavenders, tulips, wisteria, and other flowers, moon, nights at sky, tea and coffee, blue and white pottery or china, chocolate, sweets, cakes, Harry Potter, Welsh corgis, historical buildings, old houses, castles, manors, bridges, lighthouses, and goes on and on and on and on, or traditional or national costumes. That's what I stopped on, right near the end. So I have this one here of some Native Canadians and some of their traditional dress and outfits and their living quarters. So hopefully that fits the bill. And this is another person that says beautiful stamps are appreciated. So we're gonna have to do well with just finding the right stamps. All right, this next card is going to Germany, and she's 56 years old. She's a housewife with 3 children, but all her children are now grown and have left the nest. She does have a cute cat who's a tricolor named Lily. They live in a small village in the middle of Germany. She's interested in many things, like reading books or playing golf, and of course, postcrossing. Books are her big passion, especially likes the old classic. Also sings in a female choir and really enjoys watching TV sports, such as football, golf, and every 2 years the Olympics. And then she asks, and you, what do you like most? I'm very interested in people. Please write something about your life, your hometown, your country, your hobbies. I have no preference on postcards, but if you have want some tips, she likes monuments or buildings from your hometown. She actually does go on and say other things, but I stopped there. I have this card that I've had for a while. This is the statue of Joseph Slater in our downtown, right on Boar Park, where the Petitcodiac River runs by. So I thought maybe she'd like that statue of my hometown. The next card that I have is going off to Massachusetts in the United States. It says, loves getting out in nature, hunting for wild edibles, and learning about the landscapes. She likes reading. She also enjoys writing nonfiction and loves crafting and fashion. I would love to hear about you on your postcard. Are there any social issues that affect you in your country? Any controversies that divide people? What is your favorite thing to eat? Is there anything very surprising about where you are from and your culture? Is there anything unique of your culture that you love? And is there anything that you think is weird about American culture? She loves postcards of drawings or paintings of animals. So I went with this one. There's a gorilla postcard, which is a piece of art, and hopefully it fits in. I thought it was interesting that she was looking for controversial type things to be written on the back of the cards. Most people are looking for the positive message or the positive about where they're from, not things that maybe divide us up. So I think when I write my card, I'm going to stick to the positive rather than the negative. And nor would I want to suggest anything weird about someone else's country that I found. I know someone recently posted on one of the Facebook sites that I watch or follow that she was in the military, and someone wrote a card that was bashing the American military. I don't think it was very appropriate. So if you know that someone's into something, don't speak negative about it. And don't speak negative about someone else's country if you can help it. All right, the last official card I have is going off to Taiwan, and she collects coins and stamps, gardening. She likes gardening, food, cooking, and drawing. She likes all kinds of postcards are welcome, greeting cards, welcome. She talks about how much she enjoys her country and would love to know if you know anything about her country, what it is, and share your feelings about it. She also loves to traveling, has been to, and then lists a whole bunch of countries that she's been to. Canada was not one of them. She says she likes all kinds of postcards, but the special ones she likes are local attraction, things that you would recommend people come visit, celebrity portraits, old paintings, old buildings, cathedrals, flowers, trees, history, artifacts, and Snoopy. And if you can put an interesting stamp on it, she would appreciate it. So I've gone with local buildings and lighthouses and things from Prince Edward Island, the Confederation Bridge that links New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island, and a Green Gables house. Maybe she will enjoy that. All right. Now, this is normally where I show you the direct swap cards that I've picked out to send. In this instant, I am going to show you the meetup card. This is the geocaching meetup that we had in Fredericton, New Brunswick yesterday. I did a video on that. I have a lot of these cards that will be heading out. You can see on the back the people that were there. And this is mine, of course. So I'm going to be sending quite a few of those out, and some people have requested a few of them, so I'm sending those out. It was a good time. Thank you, Sophia, for organizing it. I wish more people had been able to attend, because it was just a beautiful day. We had a great spot. We had lots of space for people. And those people that did attend, I thank you for coming out. It's nice to have some new friends. There was one lady, unfortunately, who attended, but she went to the restaurant part, didn't see where we were, rather than seeing us down outside on the patio, and then she left. So hopefully I'll be able to get in contact with her another time. And yeah, she seemed to be a new postcrosser as well, so it would have been nice to have her there. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is some postcards that my in-laws got for me. They were in St. Martin's, New Brunswick, and picked up some postcards there. You can see this covered bridge that they have there that has the walking side and then the vehicle side. This is a new bridge that actually is here. It's been replaced. You can see there's another covered bridge off in the background. So beautiful spot, beautiful caves that you can walk in. This is the little lighthouse that they have downtown, which is a information bureau. You can see some of the countryside there along the Bay of Fundy. And finally, another lighthouse along the coast. So thank you to my in-laws for those cards. Now I can add those to the collection to send out as well. And yeah, the final thing that I got, when I was at the meetup, I talked to Sophia before she came, and she sent me the postcards that I asked for. I also got some more postcards. I can dig these out here. I got some more of these postcards, which I love sending out because they represent me so well with the Lego and the postcard and postcrossing and the mailman. I think it has a lot there, kind of the post. So she makes those cards, so I got some more from her of those. She gave me a new keychain. And finally, I'd asked for, she has a source in Montreal that has mint older Canadian stamps. So I got a packet of stamps, $100 value of older stamps. So now when I put on my cards a mixture of stamps for people, like the ones that I just told you earlier on, I can pick and choose some and make up the postage that way. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, I have a lot of cards to do. It's been a busy weekend, lots of things going on. So I want to get these things out. So for you guys, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?